Hello my dear students, welcome back to NEET World. So in this session we will be discussing chemistry in everyday life, and this is a chapter from class 12th, and this session is for IPE class 12th chemistry students. Okay, it will be useful for all MPC and BPC students who are preparing for IPE exams. Okay, right. So again, for both Telangana and AP students can use this, and it will be useful for both of them. Right. So here, before starting our discussion on chemistry in everyday life, 2 marks question I am going to discuss. Before that, just look at this. This is our C60 material, means this is the material designed to score 60 out of 60 in your IPE exam. Okay. So yeah, you can access this material for free of cost from our NEET World app. Just go to Play Store and download NEET World app. Okay, log in using your mobile number, then mention your class and group in the chat box. Okay, then our team will guide you how to access all the materials like mathematics, physics, chemistry for MPC students and biology, physics, chemistry for BPC students. Okay, right. So here we'll be discussing about chemistry in everyday life. Let me open this. Yeah, so here you can see biomolecules. What are the questions we have from biomolecules were discussed in the last session, right? Biomolecules, polymer, 2 marks questions are done. Okay, right. Today we will be discussing chemistry in everyday life. So just look at this. Yeah, so what are antibiotics? What are antibiotics? Give example. See, antibiotics are chemical substances. These are chemical substances that inhibit growth of disease causing microbes. What they will do? They will inhibit growth of disease causing microbes. Okay, see, you can see chemical substances that inhibit growth or destroys disease causing microbes are called antibiotics. Example here we have, best example is penicillin. Okay, right. This is the first question we can expect. Or the next one here, what are antacids? Give example. See, antacid means the name itself saying when a person is suffering with acidity. Okay, so now that person need to be neutralize that acidic nature in the stomach, right? So for that, see, antacids neutralizes excess acid in the stomach and maintain normal pH. Now what happens when the concentration of acid, so when the in what cases we will be see this acidity problems? Generally, if a person is not taking the food on time, now what happens? Whatever the juice, like in the stomach we know there will be HCl, right? Acid will be there, that will be very useful for for digestion purpose and all, right? So now if the person is not taking the food on time, okay, or not in the sufficient amount or something like that, so now what happens? The amount of acid released will be creating acidic nature in the stomach, that results to be acidity for that person, right? So now whatever the excess and acid that is formed in the acid like stomach, that must be neutralized. For that we are using some medicines here. I can say some antacid drugs or tablets here. Okay, so generally that can be considered to be a basic substance. Okay, so now antacids neutralizes excess acid, okay, in the stomach and maintain normal pH. Okay, example here is omeprazole, cimetidine, ranitidine are the examples for antacids. Okay, remember this. Next, okay, see, chemistry in everyday life. This chapter is one of the very useful one for the students as well as for everyone, but most of the people will skip this chapter or they won't give the exact importance as we are giving for other chapter. This is one of the very useful chapter in our daily life. Okay, please understand each terms here they are using, because that will be useful in our daily life also. Since we are science students, we need to know about these scientific terms, basic scientific terms. Okay, see, the next question here is, what are tranquilizers? Give examples. See, tranquilizers are the drugs used to treat the stress. Some people will be suffering with stress, anxiety and all now. So that will be treated using the tranquilizers. What are tranquilizers? Drugs that are used to treat stress, tension and mental disorders are called tranquilizers. Okay. What are the example? Like chlorodiazepoxide and mefprobamate. Okay. Mefprobamate are the two drugs you can use for this as a tranquilizers. Okay. Next, what are antihistamines? Give example. See, these are the these drugs prevent the action of histamine by blocking its receptors, thus reducing allergic reactions and acidity. Okay. Terfenadine is an example of antihistamine. Okay. Next, bromophenramine. Bromophenramine is another example of antihistamine. Next one here is, what are synthetic drugs? What are synthetic drugs? So these are what are synthetic detergents? So detergents, what is the purpose of using detergent? To clean, right now. So these are cleansing agents that performs like soap but can be used in both hard and soft water and do not form cardiac precipitates. We know soap will not be suitable when we are using it with the hard water right now, because it will give you some precipitate kind of thing right now. So due to the presence of that magnesium salt, the soap will form a precipitate kind of product, right. So like magnesium precipitates and calcium precipitate will be obtained right now. So now here, when in this case, now how can we clean that kind of things when using hard water? Yeah. So for that we can use synthetic detergent. So synthetic detergents can be useful for cleaning purpose both along with the hard water as well as soft water. But whereas soap water will be only suitable using normal soft water only. Okay, but not in the case of hard water. Okay, that's it. This is what you need to understand. Then next, what are non-narcotic analgesics? Give example. Okay, so these are pain relief. So they relieve pain, reduce fever and inflammation without causing addiction. Okay, so they won't cause any addiction and they relieve from fever, pain, okay, and all. Okay, so what are the example here? Aspirin. So you might be much familiar with this aspirin, okay, and ibuprofen. Profen are the two drugs. Okay, then next here we have the next question. Why do soaps not work in hard water? So again, synthetic detergents we discussed now. Again, continuation to that, we have one more question. Why do soaps not work in hard water? Because soaps are what? Like sodium stearate. If you look at the back side of your soap, most of the cases you will be seeing something like sodium stearate, laurate stearate, something like that, right now. So now what is this stearate? Stearate is nothing but carboxylic acid. What is this? It's a carboxylic acid. Okay, so long chain will be there, long hydrocarbon chain will be there. Here you have some carboxylate ion. Okay, so now what happens is, whenever it is treating with calcium salts or magnesium salt, you are going to get a precipitate of that thing. So like a bulk, like long chain aliphatic chain will be there. Okay, this side carbon chain will be there and it will be twice with calcium. Okay, so this kind of precipitates are formed, whether it may be calcium, magnesium or any other group 2 metal ion. Okay, so due to this reason, hard water contains calcium, magnesium ions which react with soap to form insoluble precipitate. What they will form? Insoluble precipitates. Okay, so reducing its cleaning action. So whenever the soap is getting precipitated as insoluble thing, it will not show any cleaning agency, like whatever the property it has, that cleaning property, that will not be exhibited here because it is already getting out as a precipitate right now. So here we won't see any cleaning action by this soap. That's why it is not work or not suitable with the hard water. Soaps are not suitable with the hard water for cleaning purpose. Okay, right. The next here, what are food preservatives? Give example. See, food preservatives means, for example, if you buy any pickles, like normally if you go and buy pickles at the outside, like from the any market or anywhere, like normal packaged pickles, what you will be seeing? You will be seeing something like a sweet smell in it. So what it is? It is actually acetic acid, okay? Like we are adding vinegar to the food right now. So now what is this? See, the substance that prevents the spoilage of food caused by bacteria, yeast and molds are called food preservatives, okay? So example here, sodium benzoate, common salt, sugar. So what is this sodium benzoate and all these things? These are preserves the food. It will stop the spoiling of food. Okay. So this is the duty of this sodium benzoate, common salt, sugar here. Okay. The next, what are anti-fertility drugs? Give examples. Now what are anti-fertility drugs? So this will control the birth rate. Okay. So anti-fertility drugs, also known as birth control pills, okay, are also called as contraceptives or synthetic steroid hormone used to control or prevent pregnancy. Okay, right. So what is its function? So they work primarily by regulating the female menstrual cycle and inhibiting the release of the egg. Okay, so they will inhibit the ovulation process in the woman. Okay, right. The next examples. These are some anti-fertility drugs we have in the market. Okay, so northinerone, a synthetic progesterone. Okay, the next here ethinyl estradiol. The next one is mifepristone. Okay, these are the 3 drugs we have for anti-fertility. Okay, right. So you just mention these names along with this explanation. This is more than enough. Okay, yes. Tanish Sharma, hi dear. Again I am mentioning this session is for IPE exam, those who are from AP and Telangana states. Okay, right. Okay, this is not an EAP set or JEE NEET session. Okay, for those who are preparing for NEET, JEE and EAP set, please join the next live session that I am going to come, okay, where I am going to discuss today from equilibrium chapter. Okay, you just join it without any delay. Okay, so just click on subscribe button and click on the bell icon so that all the notification will come to you whenever we do some other activities, I mean other live sessions and all. Okay, right. So these are the 9 questions we have from chemistry in everyday life. Okay, right. The remaining chapter will be discussed in the upcoming session. So you just stay connected with our NEET World YouTube channel. Okay, so almost all the very short answer type questions are almost done from class 12th. Okay, like if anything remains, I am going to cover them in the upcoming session. You just stay connected and watch the remaining live sessions also. Thanks for watching. Stay connected.